Have you recently started a business or you maybe formed an LLC and now you're thinking, okay, now what do I do? I have this business, but I'm not sure. I've never ran a business before. I don't know what I'm doing. And so you just need a little bit of direction. You just need a little bit of help in figuring out what to do next. So in this video, that's what I'm talking about. These are some of the steps that a business owner needs to take. So when you're starting a business, it's extremely exciting, right? I mean, I remember when I was just starting my law firm, I was excited about being my own boss. I was excited about having my own business. But what a lot of people don't realize, a lot of new business owners don't realize, and I made this mistake, particularly back in 2004, 2005, when I opened my first law firm. I didn't know how to be a business owner. I knew how to be a lawyer, but I didn't know how to be a business owner. It's just a different set of skills that you need when you're a business owner versus just doing whatever it is that you are starting a business to do, whether it's being a lawyer or maybe you're starting a promotional company, a social media marketing company, whatever it is. You have a skill for one thing, and it may not necessarily translate to being a business owner. So when you become a business owner, you realize that there are things you don't know. And what a lot of new business owners don't realize is how easily it is to be legally exposed while still looking like you're official. You have that LLC and you're official, and you have that EIN, that tax ID number, and you're official, but you still may be opening yourself up for some legal liabilities or for some other things. So you can have that business name, you can have that logo, you can have a website and have that LLC, but you're still missing some of the very things that can protect you when something goes wrong. So I created a business checkup and audit for my clients who come in who have a new business because we need to go through and figure out what you have. So my audit is kind of like a checklist of things, if you want to think about it that way. And it's designed specifically for business owners in that zero, they're just forming the idea of a business, up to maybe 3 years in business where they're rocking along and doing well, but maybe there's some missing links, there's some gaps in their business. And so this checkup and audit that I do helps identify the legal, financial, and operational gaps that can cost business owners time, money, and peace of mind if these things are ignored. So most business owners don't skip these protective measures because they're careless. I mean, honestly, we start a business and we think we know what we're doing, but we really don't. So we're not being careless. We're skipping it and we don't do those things because maybe we're overwhelmed. I mean, starting a business is overwhelming. There's just a lot of things to do. Maybe we're trying to do everything ourselves because we're trying to save money because we're not making money yet as a new business owner. So we're overwhelmed. We're trying to do things on our own, do everything ourselves. And we're also unaware of what we should be asking. So we don't know the right questions to ask. We've never been a business owner before, maybe. And so we don't know what questions we should be asking. Unfortunately, many people don't discover these missing pieces until they're dealing with a contract dispute, a conflict with their business partner, tax problems. Whew, that's a big one. Employee issues, another big one. Or there's someone claiming rights to your business name or to your logo or to your slogan. So a business checkup and a business audit helps you catch these problems early when they're easier and less expensive to fix. You want to get ahead of these things, right? You don't want to be 2 years into your business and then you get a cease and desist letter because someone else has already trademarked that name. So you want to get ahead of these things. So the having a business audit is going to help you get organized around the key areas that every business needs to review if it wants to grow safely and confidentially. It includes structure questions about business foundation and planning. Before the legal issues, the audit starts with the basics. What is your mission and vision? What is your 3 year plan, your 5 year plan, maybe even 10 years? Where is your business going? What are the core values of your business? You should have some core values of your business and be sure your employees, if you have any, are in line and know that what those values are and can work within those values. And these aren't feel-good questions. These questions related to your mission and vision, your plans, your core values, they're there to help you build clarity and make better decisions as your business grows. And then ask questions in this audit and check up about the legal structure and compliance. This is the section, these are the questions that help you confirm whether your business entity is properly formed and it's maintained. So is your LLC or corporation formed correctly? And did you form it on your own? Did you go through an attorney to do that? Have you had an attorney review it to make sure it's formed properly? This is critical if you have partners. So do you have an operating agreement, bylaws, a partnership agreement? Again, if you have partners, it is critical to have a partnership agreement. Is your business registered in the jurisdiction where it operates? I'm in Alabama. I have an Alabama LLC, but if I want to open a business in Mississippi or Texas, I have to form or register my LLC as a foreign company in those other states. So have you done those things? If you're operating in other states, have you done that? Are annual meetings, minutes, and resolutions and other records being kept properly for your business? Have loans and capital contributions been documented correctly? So if you're the business owner and you've loaned your business money as part of the capital, as far as the initial funding, has that been documented correctly? Do you have a partner coming in who's just maybe a silent partner in there or giving a percentage? Has that been documented correctly? And then do you have contracts and agreements? Contracts protect your revenue and reduce misunderstandings. Brene Brown says clarity, or clear is kind, unclear is unkind. And so you need some clarity around different, whatever your business is. So I seek to help you have that clarity when I do these audits, because I'm going to ask if you have contracts or agreements around customers. Do you have customized agreements per client so that the agreement is reflecting that particular client situation? Or maybe you have, a template, a boilerplate one that you use, but you tweak it a little bit. Do you even have the contracts? You have contracts with your customers or with your clients. If you have vendors, do you have written vendor agreements? Are things in writing? Do you have website terms and conditions and disclaimers? Are those on your website? And if you have a lease for your business, if you have a brick and mortar location, have you had an attorney review that lease agreement to make sure that, you're being dealt with fairly, that you understand the terms of your lease? Because commercial leases are different from like renting a house or an apartment. So be sure that you have worked with an attorney just to maybe explain that lease agreement to you. And do you have trademark and intellectual property protection? One of the biggest mistakes that new business owners make is assuming their business name is protected just because they're using it, or maybe just because you've got an LLC in that name. That I've got the rights to use it. I have an LLC. This audit or any audit with a lawyer will help you determine and evaluate whether you've trademarked your business name, logo, or phrase, whether or not you can actually use that business name, logo, or phrase, whether you monitor and enforce your trademarks if you have it, whether there are contracts with other businesses, and whether your copyrights and trade secrets are properly documented and protected. So there's a lot around your intellectual property that you need to look at, and a lot of business owners don't look at those things. You also, in this audit, need to review your taxes, insurance, and employee risk. So this part of the audit will address the areas that can create some major problems for businesses if they're ignored. Are you taxed as an S corporation? Have you made those elections? Are you meeting those deadlines? Are you paying estimated taxes? Do you have to pay estimated taxes? Are you paying those estimated taxes? Do you have a bookkeeper, or are you keeping up with your books and your accounting system? Do you have those programs or software in place, or do you have people who are doing that for you? Do you have your liability and professional insurance in place? This is huge. You need to have those policies in place. a number of different types of policies, but you need to have some just basic liability and professional insurance. Do you have cybersecurity insurance? Whew, cybersecurity is a big issue. So, do you have the cybersecurity insurance to cover you should you have a breach? And do you have an employee contractor compliance? Do you have a contract between your employees or your contractors where they have to comply with your rules, your procedures, your employee manual to make sure that they're complying with some of these, like the cybersecurity policies and things to help protect you, but also that you are properly classifying them? There are some limitations on having someone act as a 1099 contractor. Work with your CPA and be sure you have a CPA. Work with your CPA to make sure you're in compliance with who can be considered a 1099 contractor and who can't be. There are rules. So the business checkup and audit is ideal. And if you are a new business owner, if you're thinking about starting a business, these are some things you need to think through as that new business owner, maybe if you're within that 3 years, because you want to make sure you have a solid foundation before your business really grows. Again, you don't want to get 3 to 5 years down the road and realize you missed some steps way back in year one that is now going to cost you time and money that it wouldn't have cost you had you identified those gaps in that year one when you first started. So you need to, as a business owner, new business owner, do this audit, do this checkup, make sure that you've got all those gaps filled. And so if you just open that LLC, then you do need to ask if you're asking, now what? This is the thing to do. Do a business audit, do a checkup. I offer it. You can go to my website, and there's a blog about this that you can go in and you can click on that blog, and there's some links that you can actually go and access the business audit that I'll offer. Now, this audit will help you spot the gaps in your business foundation. It's going to spot the gaps in your legal structure, your contracts, your brand protection, taxes, insurance, employees, because you want to have the protection of what you're building so you can move forward with growing your business with confidence. I'm Tanya Hendrix, Huntsville Estate Planning Lawyer. You can go to my website, huntsvillestateplanninklawyers.com, go to blogs and click on the blog, The Business Checkup and Audit Business Owners Need, and you'll see links to access those the business audit it's like an 80-point audit that I prepared for business owners. You can go to my website, click on the link within that blog, and it'll take you directly to the web page for that audit. Tanya Hendrix, Huntsville Estate Planning Lawyer. You have a great and wonderful day.